Hello, everybody. Well, I'm bringing y'all along on this little ride. Turn you over here where y'all can see right quick. We're going to try to knock this one out pretty quick. I ain't going to film a lot of it like I normally do. I'm just going to film some little clips here and there and try to get you something to look at. We got a brand hammer new 355T sitting here on the table. We're gonna port it, get it ready to go, and I'm gonna try to show y'all this again just so everybody knows. Whenever you take one of these off, clutch, big washer, clutch drum and bearing, and getting this rascal out ain't always the easiest. Sometimes it's real aggravating trying to get it out. Sometimes they'll come out, sometimes they won't. And of course, now that I want to show you, it won't come out. Because I've had a few people have trouble with this. You get the worm out, or the pinion, whatever you want to call it, and then you drop it. There's two pieces. Now, of course, I dropped one of them, so let's see if I can find it right quick. There it is. When y'all take this out, when the little pinion comes out, the little pinion has a drive, and it goes in there like that. See, there's two little ears and two little recesses. And they go down in there like that. That drives it. But if you're not careful, this washer goes on the crank first. And without this, it does not work. This is the one that goes between the clutch and the drum. This one goes on the crank first. It fits back up in there, and it sets the depth on everything. And if you do not put it in there, the clutch will come off. And I know that for a fact. I didn't do it, but I know somebody that did. We had a little trouble, and he called me and asked me, and I said, well, there's a washer in there. And I showed him, and he said, oh, okay. So be mindful of that. Now, before I tear all this apart, what I'm going to do, I'm going to make a dent in the muffler cover right here. Now, I've already got the drill bit. I'm going to stick it up here, and we're going to start. We're going to go ahead and drill a hole in it. Because we're taking the motor apart anyway. So why not drill the hole before we take it apart, and that way we can clean it out afterwards and all that stuff. I should have already took some of this other stuff off here, but there's 3 screws that holds this cover on. 2 of them are plastic screws, and one of them is a machine screw, and the machine screw goes back here at the back. And you're going to need that. We're going to dump that little bit of dust out of there if we can. These things right here can be a real pain. It says you're supposed to, well, some of them say this and that and the other. We're just going to pull it out there. We just want it to come off. You got to have it out just about anyway to get this plug cover off here. I'm just going to set that in there like so. I'm trying to remember exactly There's something, there was something I did on that last one, I think. And I actually took the motor out without tearing most of this thing apart. And if I can figure it out, I'll show you. We're going to take these two screws out that hold the oil pump on, because it's attached to the side of the motor. Well, I have no idea where I just threw that screw. Well, I'm telling y'all what, it's just not the day, is it? It just ain't the day. If it all keeps going like this, we'll probably just call it a day. This is a brand hammer new one, and she's going to get the works. This belongs to one of my customers. He smashed one of his saws, and I got to get him something going. Well, he didn't just, he smashed one, and I've got one here that's messed up that we haven't been able to figure out. And he's actually borrowing one of my saws right now, because he's down one, well, down 2 or 3. So we're trying to get him something going. So I'm going to stick this on here right quick. I mean, he could use it like it is, but we're going to try to get it ordered and all that stuff right quick, like, because he just wants me to do it fast, quick, and in a hurry. So I told him I would. I say I was going to make sure y'all can still see, because I don't know whether I should sit here and film tearing this all the way down. It's going to make the video longer, but we're going to try to do it quick. So try to do it quick. Anytime you take the coil off one of these Echoes, remember there are plastic bushings behind the coil. I'll show you right here in a second. Make sure you keep up with these without staying on the bolt. These are behind the bolts on the coil. And if you don't keep up with them, the coil is not happy when you put it back on there. It does not like it whatsoever. Now, here's one of the things that I normally do, pull this spring out. And when you pull that spring out, there's a little white piece of plastic right here. Just try to show some of the little tricks that I use to keep up with this. A little bitty plastic piece, and this piece that goes in the intake's a spring. If you slip it up on there like that, when you go to put this back in there, you won't have to take it back out to put that in. And if you don't, you probably will have to take it back out to put it in. Trust me on that one. You might say, I've done it a couple of times, and I forget that rascal every time. And you pull that little pulse tube up out of there. If I'm not mistaken, you can take these loose. And aside from the intake, we're almost ready to tear it apart. The kicker is tearing the intake out of it. It's sometimes a royal pain in the birchkies. Not impossible, just aggravating. The long Phillips screw is on this side. Let's see, we got to get in here. There's 2 screws in there that are straight down through here. And we got to get in there and get them out. Now this one down here is Phillips, for whatever reason. And the other ones are straight. Or blade, or whatever you call them. They're shorter. Now, can't remember exactly, but we'll get it apart nonetheless. We're gonna get her apart nonetheless. Oh, the intake pushed its way back through there. That's always lovely. And you know, anytime you tear one of these apart, be careful. Put that screw back in. It's a little old short screw. There is one that's longer that will fit in there. The only problem is if you put it in there, it'll have a hole in the gas tank when you get done. I know that not because I did it, but I had one come in here that was leaking gas, and he had took it apart and put it back together himself. And that screw was too long, and the best I could come up with was I took and put a little seal all on it and put the short screw back in it. It didn't leak no more after that, so I said, well, we're going to go with that till we have to replace the housing. And he was happy with it. He said he didn't care as long as it didn't leak gas. So it didn't leak gas, he was happy. That's what we do. We aim to please. Well, come on now. Yeah. Now, once we get that dislodged, take the 2 out. Set them to the side. Coil falls out on the table. Makes it a little easier to get past. The intake comes off. And if you can get it to cooperate, the motor will come out. And there you have it. Alright. I'm going to get some stuff going. There we go. Right now we're just opening up the transfers. As you can see, if you've got one of them apart, you know how small the transfers are. So there we're just kind of opening them up. I'm just going to do some quick clips like this so y'all get to see a little bit as I go. That way the video is not so long. We'll try to do it all in one. So there's the transfers opened up some. All right, there we go. We got the muffler modified. It's opened up. Got the keyway adjusted. Got the cylinder ported. Pretty much. Y'all really can't see down in there. I cut some eye reliefs and raised the uppers just a bit. Open the intake up, open the exhaust up a little. You can't see it. I got it right to the edge where it can go. So I'm gonna slop it back together and we'll see what it sounds like when it's running. All right, we're sticking the motor back in now. I'm trying to film some of it. Now you just push that pulse tube back down in there. I got the motor bolted in the chassis. Like I said, I'm not gonna film all this because I'm trying to make it a decent video. And well, I've got other videos of me porting 355s. So there's there's plenty of other videos on here if you want to see all the port job or whatever. You can go and check them out. Most of them are listed by what they are: 355T, Echo, port job, and stuff like that. So there's the motor back in. When you go to put this clutch and all back on, all this stuff, just be mindful of how you took it off. That's the main thing. I'm going to try to put the oil pump stuff back on here. I gotta get some screws out here, but I'll bring you back again. All right, everybody, she is whole again. Now hopefully everything's good. Look at that nice little muffler mod. I love those muffler mods. They work so nice. We poured some gas in it. I pumped a primer bubble. We're gonna see. Well, I had the choke set, but whoops. It's fresh. See what it does. We get a bar and chain on it, put some oil in it, we'll go try it out. Alright everybody, we got the 355T out here. Lynn's gonna be looking it's on the ground. What do you think about that? All right, y'all. There you have it. we're going to shoot this video up. I don't know why I tell y'all that every time, because you've already watched the rest of the video. Time I tell you that. So I'll probably keep telling you that. Y'all just keep watching them. We'll talk to y'all later. Y'all remember, be kind, love each other, God bless, and Bellhopper out.